Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you very much for your kind association. Let's get started with our study of Sri Jaiva Dharma by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Somehow the YouTube live is not working, so I'm just recording the session. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, we are reading from the 8th chapter of Jaiva Dharma, and we are discussing what Sri Haridas Babaji Maharaj is teaching Nityananda Brahmachari, and the devotees from Godrum Dweep are also listening. Shri Nityananda Brahmachari asked a question to Shri Haridas Babaji Maharaj, who had Sakshat Darshan of Shri Nityananda Prabhu. He is more than 100 years old. He asked him, how does a Vaishnava behave with different categories of people? And Shri Haridas Babaji Maharaj is explaining how one should behave with different categories of people. And now specifically the dealing of a Vaishnava with the Dveshi Jana, with the envious people, is being discussed. The 5 types of Dveshi Jana were described here. Those who are skeptical whether God exists or not. Those who have a belief that Supreme Lord is just a natural power. Some don't believe in the transcendental form of Krishna. Some don't accept the position that Jivara Swarup hai Krishna Nityadas, that a Jiva is eternal servant of Krishna. They don't accept this. And the 5th type of people, they have absolutely no mercy in them. So these are called the 5 Dveshi Jana, Dveshi people. So how does one deal with these Dveshi people? Persons who are polluted by these 5 types of Dvesh can never attain pure devotion. And they don't even have the Shraddha in deity worship that a Kanishta Adhikari has. So these 5 Dveshas are generally found in persons who are very much attached to the material world. They're very attached to sense enjoyment. And sometimes these people can even espouse to the Mayavadi philosophy, where you want to just lose your identity and become one with Brahman. So now the question arises, there are these Dveshi, envious, inimical people in this world. How does a Vaishnava deal with them? Should we pick a fight with them? Should we just not reply to them when they talk to us? How do we deal with these envious persons in this world, Dveshi Jana? It is recommended, the answer is being given, it is recommended that one should avoid their company. Now, there are some persons whose company we seek. We call them on the phone, we go to meet them, we think about them, we hear from them. So these are the persons whose association we seek. Those who are non-devotees, those who are atheists, those who are anti-theists, those who are envious, these Dveshi people, those who are Mayavadis, those who criticize Krishna, those who criticize Krishna's devotees, we as Vaishnavas should avoid the company of such people. That is the recommendation. We should avoid their company. We should not seek their company. We should avoid their company. Upeksha. Remember, Madhyamadhikari has 4 types of behavior. Prema, Maitri, Kripopeksha, Yaha Karoti, Samadhyama. Madhyamadhikari has Prem for Krishna, Maitri with the devotees, Daya on the Balishu, and Upeksha to the Dveshi. So, what is the meaning of Upeksha? That we have to understand. Upeksha, however, means neither that one should put a stop to all the usual human exchanges, nor that one should refuse help to such Dveshi people. So let's say there is somebody who is Dveshi. He's envious of Krishna, and he comes and knocks on our house door and says, Thoda sa, do you have some chini? You have some sugar in your house? You have some salt in your house? I have run out. So we should not just slam the door on his face. The Dveshijan, envious person. No. Human exchanges, or if somebody needs help, we should help them, but cautiously. We should not get too much involved in them. And we should not try to help them to such an extent that the Dveshi person may be a robber or a burglar, and we let them in just to help them. No. We have to use our intelligence and we have to play it safe. So it's not that we refuse to help such Dveshi people or we stop all human interaction with them. If they hold the door open for us, we say thank you. They may be Dveshi, we should thank you. So regular human interaction should be there. And if someone needs help and we can help them, we should help them. On the contrary, if an envious person is in danger or in distress, everything should be done to reduce the agony. A Grihastha Vaishnava, now this specifically applies to all of us because we are all Grihasthas. A Grihastha Vaishnava has to interact with so many different persons in the course of his daily life. Even the sannyasi, brahmachari, vanaprastha also has to interact, but specifically a grihastha. Because we may call a plumber home, we may call the electrician home, we may go to the gas station, there we have to interact with people, we may go shopping, we have to interact with people. In our workplace, colleagues, neighbors, so many things, relatives are there. Brahmachari, sannyasi don't have relatives. They don't have their own house, they live in a temple, and so their interactions are minuscule, if any, at least in the traditional sense. But as grihasthas, we have to interact with so many different people in the course of our daily life. Through marriage, the grihasthas acquire new acquaintances. Oh, this is my wife's brother, this is my wife's cousin brother, this is my wife's this. So many people we meet while shopping. While taking care of family matters, we may go to the court, we may go to the passport office, we may go to the children's school to meet the teachers. So many things are there. We may go on vacation, in business, in property deals, in sickness, we may take the children to the pediatrician, or we may go to the doctor. In maintenance, to maintenance, you have to go work, house maintenance. So many things are there in Grihastha life where we have to deal with non-devotees. Non-devotee means Dveshi. Remember, one type of Dveshi is one who doesn't have faith in Krishna. So non-devotee means automatically Dveshi. In all these matters and more, normal human dealings are an ongoing and unavoidably necessary performance. Otherwise, people will think we are mad. They'll think, what is wrong with this fellow? He doesn't respond. He doesn't reply. No, we cannot behave like that. We are living in a society, so regular human interactions will have to go on. How then is it possible for the Grihastha Vaishnava with one final stroke to curtail all simple day-to-day interactions with this envious lot. We are surrounded by dveshi jana. We are surrounded by envious people. How is it possible to just stop all interactions with them? This is not the meaning of upeksha. This type of behavior, completely cutting off all communication, all interaction with dveshis, is not recommended. That's not what is the meaning of upeksha. What does upeksha mean? Here is a definition of upeksha. Please focus. Upeksha is to end all spiritual exchanges with the dveshis, with the atheists. We should end all spiritual exchanges with them. We should not end social exchanges. Exchanges are of two types: spiritual exchanges and social exchanges. Social exchanges will continue as long as we are living in the human society. If we are living in the forest, then it's a different thing. As Vairagis, then it's a different thing. But we are not like that. We are living in city. We are living in the Grahastha ashram. So social interactions will continue with the atheists also. But we must not have spiritual exchanges with them. What does that mean? See, as a result of one's karma, the resultant material reactions from previous life means karma. Reaction to our material activities is karma. Even some of one's own family members may be dveshis, envious persons. So should they be excluded? No. That is not the solution. That is not the meaning of upeksha. Upeksha means you terminate all spiritual exchanges with the dveshis, with the atheists. Don't discuss philosophy with them. Don't discuss whether Krishna exists or not with them. Don't discuss deity worship with them. We can discuss whether a tornado warning has come or not, whether the gas prices are going to go up or not, or whether it's going to rain or not. Simple things, social dealings, we can talk to them. No problem. But we should not have spiritual exchanges with them. Don't discuss philosophy with them. Don't give your heart to them. Now, in more detail, upeksha will be explained. Please listen carefully. Social exchanges are part of human behavior. So the dveshi persons, dveshi jana, the envious persons, should be dealt with, but without getting into deep involvement. Don't get deeply involved with them. Hey, today's your son's birthday. Oh, don't make it a habit that you wish happy birthday to all those relatives. No need. Then it becomes an expectation. Oh, this year he didn't wish me. Birthday, marriage anniversary, this, that. No. Too much involvement should not be there. Then expectation is there of gifts. Expectation is there that we will invite them home, birthday hai, or we will go to their house, birthday hai, or Dashara is there, so go and touch the feet. Don't have to do all that as Vaishnavas. Why should we go and take their karma by touching their feet? We touch the lotus feet of our Guru Varga. Going and giving those leaves, Sona gya, Chandi gya, Dashara. All this, these social interactions are not required. That is too much involvement. But simple dealings, offering some help and being courteous, socially courteous, that should continue. But we should not get deeply involved in them. Deeply involved in their personal matters, and we should not do dadati pratigranati bhungte bhojate chaiva guhyam akhyati prichati with these people. No. We should not develop emotional relationships with them, because if there is deep involvement, then emotions will get involved. We will become emotionally attached to them. That is also pratikul for bhakti. That is unfavorable. We should not do that. We should be tatastha, neutral, and pleasant, socially pleasant, but not emotionally involved, not deeply involved in their life. Acha, today you are having a party in your house. Oh, who is coming? What are you cooking? No need to do all this with those who are not devotees. In contrast, for spiritual practice, serious commitment is mandatory. And spiritual association with one's fellow devotees means, now listen carefully, means to interact upon the spiritual platform. What is that? Dadati pratigranati guhyam akhyati prichhati bhungate bhojayate chaiva shadvidha priti lakshanam. Discussing spiritual topics, serving, assisting one another in spiritual progress. अरे यात्रा के लिए रजिस्टर किया, साधु संघ के लिए रजिस्टर किया. Did you book your flight tickets for the festival, Rath Yatra? Did you do this? What are you reading? Did you finish your rounds? How is your Nam Bhajan going? Are you having satsang in your house? Are you coming to the temple? So these interactions are there with devotees. Such interactions we should not have with non-devotees. We should not get deeply involved in them, and we should not get emotionally involved in them. But with devotees, we have spiritual interaction. Spiritual interaction means discussing transcendental topics. Not that, oh, devotee friend, chalo, let's go watch a movie together. That is not association. But we serve and assist each other in spiritual progress. Spiritual progress comes from absorption in Krishna. Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskar. Hena kena prakarena manat Krishna niveshayat. Spiritual progress happens by smaranam, always remembering Krishna. Smartavya satatam Vishnu. Thus one should avoid association of persons with whom such spiritual interactions are not possible. That is called upeksha. Is everybody clear? I will very quickly summarize. Upeksha is one of the duties, qualities of a Madhyam Adhikari. And all of us, students of Jaiva Dharma, our aim should be to immediately try to become a Madhyam Adhikari. We have to try to become a Madhyam Adhikari. We are Kanishta, but we should try to become Madhyam Adhikari. That should be our aim. So it is very important. Prema, Maitri, Kripa, Upeksha. Yah karoti samadhyam. We should have prem for Krishna. We should have heartfelt friendship with Krishna's devotees. We should preach to the innocent, ignorant, and we should avoid the envious, dveshi jana. Now, what is the meaning of upeksha? Upeksha for dveshi. What is the meaning of upeksha? Upeksha means to not get deeply involved in the day-to-day dealings of a non-devotee. Upeksha means not to get emotionally involved into the life of a non-devotee. Upeksha does not mean that we stop talking to them. Being socially courteous, replying to simple questions, and rendering help when they need comes under upeksha. It is allowed under upeksha, under the rule of upeksha that applies to our dealings with the non-devotees. So I hope the meaning of upeksha has been elucidated through these words of Shri Jaiva Dharma by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. An envious person is generally very self-opinionated. I'm sure if we think, we can cite examples. Different people who are non-believers in Krishna, those who are dveshi jana, they are very self-opinionated. They have strong opinions and they are convinced in their own way. Hence, if such a dveshi hears praise of bhakti, hears explanations of pure bhakti, he will immediately start an unnecessary argument. Ekadashi se kya hota hai? What is there, Ekadashi? All the sins enter into grains on one day. Dusra kaam nahi kya sins ko? Aisa, they will talk like that. What is the use of such debates? What is the use of such arguments? They have no faith in Krishna. They have no faith in Shastra that comes from Krishna. Krishna is Vedanta Krit. Krishna has given us Shastra. Tasmat Shastram Pramanamte. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Shastra is Praman. But these people have no faith in Krishna. They have no faith in Shastra. When they are not interested in Krishna, they are not interested in Shastra. Why should we get into arguments with them? What is the use? It will neither be useful to them because they are not going to listen, nor is it going to be useful to us. I remember very early in my Krishna consciousness in 1998, Every Thursday, I used to attend Gaurang Prabhu's classes in our boys' hostel. And now I did my MBBS from JJ Hospital, Grand Medical College. It is in Chota, Pakistan. It's right on Muhammad Ali Road in Baikala, surrounded by all Muslims. So some of them came to know that there is Bhagavad Gita class going on in the boys' hostel. So they wanted to pick a fight. So one Thursday, two Muslims, they came. They were tall, well built, and they had their dadi and they had that black mark on their forehead indicating they were regularly reading namaz, offering namaz prayers. So they came with the whole mood of getting into picking a fight. And they had their friends waiting outside, that they will pick a fight and then everybody will come inside. And we were 10, 15 boys. We were all 18, 19 years old. And Gaurang Prabhu used to come alone. He used to come in a taxi with a bucket of khichdi and a box of cookies for us every Thursday. And we used to receive him at the boys' hostel, and then we used to carry the bucket, and one boy would carry the cookies, and we would come, and in one room, in one student's room, we used to have the programs every Thursday. And there was no permission also. Sometimes the warden would come, and once he picked up our Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra deities and threw them from the first floor window. Threw the deities. What is going on? You are supposed to study. So all this was going on. It was very difficult. But still, as Sri Advaita Acharya says to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that all obstacles in bhakti are your servants, my Lord. Why? Because all the obstacles that come in bhakti, they make us surrender to Krishna even more. What happened to Prahlad Maharaj? What happened to the Vraj Gopis? When obstacles came, their surrender to Krishna became more and more intensified, more and more complete. So many problems were there. So these two Muslim boys came and they were sitting. Even before Gaurang Prabhu arrived, they were sitting, just waiting to pick a fight. Then Gaurang Prabhu came, he did Jai Radha Madhav, he gave a class, then Hare Krishna Mahamantra Kirtan. Total 1.5, 2 hours the program went on. And then Gaurang Prabhu asked, are there any questions? And before he finished, are there any questions? Their hand shot up in the air. Yes, we have questions. Gaurang Prabhu said, yes. So this fellow said that if you say that Krishna is God, why Krishna is not mentioned anywhere in the Holy Quran? Now see what kind of question it is. Because anything you say, they will take it as blasphemy of their scripture. So he said, why Krishna, if Krishna is God, why Krishna is not mentioned anywhere in the Holy Quran? Tell me. They asked Gaurang Prabhu. And I was getting so worried, I thought now there is going to be a fight. But Gaurang Prabhu very nicely handled it. I still remember. Gaurang Prabhu said that if I give you the answer, you will argue with me. And I will give you 10 times stronger arguments. And then you will say something. And I will say 10 more things. You will give arguments and I will smash all your arguments. But what is the use? Your hearts will not change. And my Shraddha will not shake, no matter what you both say. So why get into a discussion which is going to be useless to you and useless to me? Next question. And Gaurang Prabhu went to the next. Then they again raised their hand. Gaurang Prabhu didn't give them a chance to ask questions. He paid attention to us, and then he got up and we escorted Gaurang Prabhu, called his taxi, and off he went. But I learned from this interaction that one should not get into tarko pratishtha shrutayo vibhinna. There is no point in getting into tarka, because apratishtha, it cannot establish the siddhanta just by arguments. What is the process then? The process is tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. If there is no pranipat, if there is no surrender to Guru, what is the use of inquiry? That inquiry is simply leading to debate and argument. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is explaining here, Sri Haridas Babaji Maharaj is explaining us, that these people will immediately start unnecessary argument with us, which will be useless for both. Instead of such barren debates, one should simply restrain one's dealing to a social level with such types of people, Dveshis. Just have social dealings with them. Don't get into spiritual dealings. If someone whimsically proposes to include the envious persons into the ranks of Balish, no, this is envious, no, he's a Balish. Let me preach to him, he's a Balish. He's not Balish, he's Dveshi. But you consider him Balish, then what will happen? Then such a person should first understand that this course of action would be very, very harmful for his own spiritual progress. Certainly one must help. Kripa karni hai. We have to help. But not without caution, not without care. We have to be careful and we have to be very cautious who we give kripa to, who we preach to, who we give our association to. They should be Balish. They should be ignorant. They should be innocent. Not the envious. Envious people will pick arguments and it will become very ugly. It is essential for the Madhyamadhikari, Shuddha Bhakta, to act according to these 4 guidelines. Prem, Maitri, Kripa, Upeksha. Any slackness in this regard will culminate in malpractice, increased lethargy, and apathy towards executing spiritual discipline. Very, very important. We should have love for Krishna. We must have friendship with devotees so that we are spiritually nourished. We must preach. And we should not associate with the Dveshi people on a spiritual level. If you think of each of them, you'll see this will happen. Not treating devotees in a friendly way, not practicing mitrata, friendliness with devotees, will be malpractice. We will become contaminated. I am chanting 16 rounds. I am following 4 relative principles. Why I should go and distribute books? Why I should go and preach? Why I should share this knowledge with others? Lethargy. And if we associate with non-devotees, we will develop apathy towards bhakti. Their contamination will come in our heart. We will also start questioning, really? Does Krishna exist? It will happen like that. In the end, the deviation will become too overwhelming. The deviation will be so overwhelming that we will fall down. So these 5 principles have to be respected and followed. Thus, it is stated in Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam 11.21.2. Sve svedhikarya nishtha sa gunah parikirtitah viparyastu doshas syad Ubhayoresha nischayaha. A person's steadfast attachment to practice according to his level of advancement, sve adhikar, that is according to his level of advancement, is his real qualification. Whatever level we are on, we should practice the duties of that level. Deviation from practice suitable to his level of advancement becomes a disqualification. Now, if somebody is a Kanishta but pretends to be Uttam Adhikari, I have this dosh. Someone who is Kanishta but pretends to be very advanced, then that will become a spiritual disqualification. One should not pretend to be more advanced than one is. These are the symptoms of good behavior. Good behavior means to perform the activities, perform the duties, perform the role and responsibility of one's level. One is a Kanishta, then you act like a Kanishta. You respect your superiors. One is a Madhyam or trying to be a Madhyam, then you practice Prem, Maitri, Kripa, Upeksha. If someone is Uttam, then yes, you become a Guru, you help others in a greater role of responsibility based on your adhikar. These are symptoms of good behavior. And faulty behavior, piety and impiety. Everything has been discussed. Thus, in accordance with scriptural injunctions, the prime duties of a Madhyam Adhikari, Shuddha Bhakta, are to cultivate Prem, love for the Supreme Lord, Maitri, friendship with the pure devotees, Kripa, compassion for the innocent, and Upeksha, aloofness from the envious. The degree of friendship, now listen carefully, the degree of friendship that the Madhyam Bhakta establishes with other Bhaktas of his level, other Madhyamas, should correspond to the level of their devotion. If someone, because even in Madhyamadhikari there are different categories, even in Kanishta there are different categories. So those who have more devotion, we should develop thicker friendship with them. Similarly, the degree of compassion he bestows upon the ignorant will depend upon the sincerity and state of knowledge of that innocent person. किसको कितनी कृपा देनी है, that will depend on the sincerity of the balish, of the innocent, ignorant. In the same way, avoidance of association with envious persons, द्वेषी जन को उपेक्षा करनी है, going to avoid association of envious, is also in accordance to the degree of their envy. Now, some are so blasphemous, some dveshi are so envious, so critical, that उनका तो मुंह चेहरा भी नहीं देखना. We should not even look at their face. Literally. Just like there is a dog poop on the road, we just avoid it. These people are like that. We should avoid them. Now, little bit hi, hello, Hare Krishna bolo. That's ठीक. But nothing more than that. Not getting involved. What are you doing? I like your shirt. No. Oh, when can we meet next? Hope we can meet together. Let's go. Let's do this together. No. Let's go shopping together. No. Don't increase interactions with them. They may want. So many non-devotees ask me, hey, we have this the Halloween party in the neighborhood. Please come. We have a Christmas party. Please come. No. Some excuse is always there. Oh, I just went to India. Now I'm working every day. What to do? I don't have time. Some excuse Krishna will help. But this has to be done. Well, I've got too much cough. Health is not good. I cannot come, sorry. But we have to avoid. And the degree we avoid depends on the degree of their envy. If someone is very envious, we should very much avoid. Someone is little envious, then a little bit we can do. Hi, hello, chodo, Hare Krishna, bolo with them. The Madhyam Adhikari Shuddha Bhakta must carefully consider all these points and then conduct his spiritual life accordingly. Madhyam Adhikari Shuddha Bhakta must carefully consider all these 4 points and conduct his spiritual life accordingly. We have to live like that, on the principle of Prem, Maitri, Kripa, Upeksha. Simultaneously, his social behavior should be conducted with simplicity and faithful obedience to these guidelines, and always with consideration of the Prema Pumarto Mahan, ultimate goal of life, that I want to get ultimately Krishna Prem. Accordingly, one should behave. But we must have obedience to these guidelines that Srimad Bhagavatam has given us. At this juncture, Sri Nityananda Das Babaji of Badagachi village interjected. Remember, the question was, what are the symptoms of the Kanishta Adhikari, Madhyam Adhikari, Uttam Adhikari? So, Kanishta and Madhyam have been described. At this juncture, Sri Nityananda Das Babaji of Badagachi, the young boy, he interjected, how do the Uttam Adhikari Shuddha Bhakta conduct themselves? He is jumping to the next part of the question. How do the Uttam Adhikari Shuddha Bhaktas conduct themselves? Initially, he had asked, tell me about the Kanishta behavior, Madhyam's conduct, and Uttam Adhikari's conduct. Now, the conduct of Kanishta and Madhyam has been described, and now he's again asking, what about Uttam Adhikari? Babaji Maharaj, what about Uttam Adhikari? Shri Haridas Babaji Maharaj replied, dear son, he's addressing as a child, dear son, when you have already asked me a question, please allow me to complete my answer. Don't interject like this. I am old, my memory is weak. Whatever I have in mind, I will forget my chain of thought. Hare Krishna. Shri Haridas Babaji Maharaj was a strict and straightforward devotee. Strict and straightforward devotee. True, he never looked for faults in others, but he would instantly point out something that was out of place. Everyone fell silent upon this chastisement. सब लोग डर गए. Hare Krishna. Everyone became quiet. Nityananda Das Babaji had been chastised. Once you have asked me a question, then allow me to finish the answer. Don't interject. सब शांत हो गए. Then after a few moments, Shri Haridas Babaji Maharaj again offered his obeisances to the sitting place of Shri Nityananda Prabhu under the Nityananda Vat. and resumed his dissertation, resumed his explanation. As bhakti of the Madhyamadhikari ascends to the level of prem, he gradually becomes an Uttamadhikari. Remember, Madhyamadhikari's characteristics are prem, maitri, kripa, upeksha. When prem for Krishna becomes more and more and more and more and more and more condensed and concentrated and pure, then the person graduates to the level of Uttamadhikari. The Madhyamadhikari becomes a Uttamadhikari. The characteristics of an Uttamadhikari are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam 11.2.45. सर्वभूतेषु यः पश्चेत् भगवद् भावमात्मनः भूतानि भगवतात्मानि एष भागवतोत्तमः. Who is Bhagavatottama? Who is Vaishnavottama? Topmost devotee. Sarvabhuteshu yah paschet bhagavad bhavam atmana. The Uttamadhikari devotee sees within everything the soul of all souls, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna. He sees Krishna, Bhagavad Bhav. He sees Krishna in everyone. Bhutani Bhagavad Atmani. Consequently, he sees everything in relationship to the Supreme Lord and understands that everything that exists is eternally situated within the Lord. Matsthani Sarva Bhutani. That is the vision of Uttamadhikari. He sees Krishna everywhere. The Uttamadhikari is also known as an Uttam Vaishnava or Vaishnavottama. Uttam Vaishnava. Vaishnavottama. Chaitanya Charitamrita says Vaishnavottama means Uttam Vaishnava. The most advanced and elevated Vaishnava. He sees everything in terms of prem. And thus prem is the constant emotion that adorns the character of an Uttam Vaishnava. Uttam Vaishnava is always filled with prem. Prem is the constant emotion in the heart of Uttam Vaishnava. Prem for Krishna. Prem for Krishna's devotees. At times, various differing bhavs manifest in his personality, but they are all transformations of prem only. Kindly observe the character of Sri Shukdev Goswami, an Uttam Bhagavat, topmost devotee. He referred to Kamsa as Bhoja Pamshula, the most sinful of the Bhoja dynasty. Ostensibly, such a gali, such an expletive, appears to be a display of anger towards Kamsa. I have also heard so many times, Mahabhagavats. Out of respect, मैं नाम नहीं लूंगा, पर जिनकी कथा हम सुनते हैं, कई बार कथा में साला बोले because they are in that bhav. They have prem for Krishna. If someone is going to behave inimically towards Krishna, तो गाली तो मिलेगी. Such expletive, Shukdev Goswami ने गाली दी भागवतम में, भोजा पामशुला बोल दिया. Expletive appears to be a display of anger towards Kamsa, but actually the statement is stimulated by Krishna prem. Actually, the gali is a manifestation of Krishna prem. Because devotee is bhavuk. Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam shukamukhad amrita drava samyutam pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. When Shuddha prem becomes the all in all, the very life force of a devotee, when Shuddha prem becomes the life force of a devotee, constant prem, Shuddha prem means Anya Abhilashita Shunya, prem, Anukul Krishna, prem, then he becomes a Vaishnavottama, he becomes a Bhagavatottama, he becomes a Uttam Vaishnava. Upon this platform of devotion, the four distinctions of prem, maitri, kripa, upeksha, nahi, only prem. Bhagwan se prem, Vaishnava se prem, Balish se prem, Dveshi se prem. Prema Pumarto Maha. That is called Bhagavatottama. He exudes Krishna prem. And sab mein Krishna hai, sabse prem. Ishwar sarvabhutanam amrit. Ishta sarvabhutanam amrit deshe arjuna tishtari. Our Ishtadev is there. Sarvatra hai nija Ishtadev spurti. He does not discriminate among neophyte, intermediate, or advanced Vaishnava, or even between Vaishnava and non-Vaishnava. This elevated position is very rarely attained. Very rarely attained. This is Uttamadhikari. Do you notice something unique? The neophyte Kanishta Vaishnava is generally not enthusiastic to serve Vaishnava. He only wants to do deity worship. He only wants to see the deity. He has faith only in the deity. He doesn't care about Vaishnava so much. Kanishta. And the topmost Uttam also makes no distinction. See, घूम के उधर ही आ गए, घूम के उधर ही आ गए. We are told don't use expletives. Initially, when we are Kanishtha, we are told don't use gali. अच्छे मृदु वाक्य बोलो, ठीक है. Then वो करके we become मध्यम, और उत्तम होने के बाद में फिर गाली. For the dveshis. This is a spiritual evolution. So our Shri Haridas Babaji Maharaj is telling Shri Nityananda Das Babaji, Beta ji, the neophyte Kanishta Vaishnava not enthusiastic to serve Vaishnava. So Vaishnava से कुछ लेना देना नहीं है. A topmost Uttam Adhikari also, pure Vaishnava, he makes no distinction between Vaishnava and non-Vaishnava. Because he sees all jivas established as servants of Krishna. He says everybody is already servant of Krishna. सब में Krishna है. Krishna loves everyone. Mama amsha jiva, सब Krishna के अंश है. Consequently, we see that the only intermediate Madhyam Vaishnava, it's only a Madhyam Adhikari who consciously practices respect and service to the Vaishnavas in a deliberate sense. Deliberate sense. Specifically, Chajakar Vaishnav Seva Karna is only in a Madhyam Adhikari. Kanishta will not do, and Uttam doesn't see any distinction. So Uttam Adhikari also doesn't say, chalo aaj Vaishnav Seva karte hai. No. Uttam Vaishnava, Uttam Adhikari is only Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Like our Shri Akinchan Krishna Das Babaji Maharaj. Anything good, Hare Krishna. Anything bad, Hare Krishna. So only the Madhyam Adhikari has the quality of Vaishnava Seva. So beautiful. Thus, the intermediate Madhyam Vaishnava, the Madhyam Adhikari, will serve all three categories of Vaishnavas. He will serve the Kanishta Vaishnava, who is a Vaishnava. He will serve the Vaishnava-tara, and he will serve the Vaishnava-tama. Vaishnava-tara is Madhyam Adhikari, Vaishnava-tama is the Uttam Adhikari, and Vaishnava is a Kanishta Adhikari. He'll serve all three. Madhyam Adhikari will serve all three Vaishnavas. The Madhyam Vaishnava must serve each Vaishnava in accordance with his status. This mental differentiation we have to do. Usme aparad nahi lagta. It is for our sake, so that we can deal with them properly, serve them properly. Only the Uttam Vaishnava does not consider or analyze whether a Vaishnava is Kanishta, Madhyam, Uttam, kuch nahi. Before he interacts with them, it doesn't make any difference. Like Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, kuch nahi. Everybody is engaged in Krishna service, and that is enough for me. They may not have faults. I don't want to bother with that. Everybody is Vaishnava, everybody is worshipable. Uttam Vaishnava does not consider to analyze ye Kanishta hai, ye Madhyam hai, ye Uttam hai. No, it doesn't bother with all that. Madhyam does. Therefore, we should try to become Madhyam Adhikari. If a Madhyam Vaishnava artificially adopts this mentality, Are yaar, why Ādi Gadādhara Dāsa is saying Madhyam bano? मैं तो उत्तम बनूंगा. Hare Krishna. I am not saying Jaiva Dharma is saying that we should be, from where we are, we should try to become a good Madhyam Adhikari. If a Madhyam Adhikari artificially adopts the mentality of Uttam Adhikari, he becomes an aparadhi. He becomes an offender. And the Vaishnava history, if we analyze the history of Vaishnavism, we'll see so many devotees have fallen down because they accepted a role for which they were not qualified. When Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj was asked why so many gurus fell, Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj said because they became gurus too quickly, in a haste. They should have waited. Should I waited? Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj became guru around 5-6 years after Srila Prabhupada's departure. He waited. Even though in 1979 he went into a state of samadhi and manifested Ashtasaktik Vikar for several months in Sri Navadvip Dham, Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj. But still he took his time to become a Diksha Guru. So Maharaj said that they should have waited until they became a little bit more advanced, spiritually well situated before taking the role of a guru. So one has to be very careful. If we artificially adopt the status of a Uttam Adhikari, then we become Aparadhi. We don't become Adhikari, we lose our Adhikar. From Adhikari, we become Aparadhi, offender. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed these truths of Vaishnava etiquette in a very concise manner in his discussion with the residents of Kulinagaram. This is there in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. In fact, yesterday morning we were reading this. All his instructions on this topic are more significant for the Madhyam Vaishnava than the original Vedas. Mahaprabhu, his instructions, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu matamidam tatradaro na para. Mahaprabhu, what he has given us is exactly what we need. Actually, what is the definition of Shruti, Vedas? The answer is the words of the Supreme Lord are Veda, Vedanta Krit. Dharmam tu Shakshat Bhagavat Pranit. Shri Haridas Babaji fell silent after he had spoken these words. So he answered the question elaborately, spoke about the 3 levels of Vaishnavas, spoke how we should try to operate on the platform of Madhyam Adhikari, because if we try to be like Uttam Adhikari, then we may not do Vaishnava Seva, because there is no distinction. So being a Madhyam Adhikari is the best for us. At least internally we may adopt the intensity of Uttam Adhikari. But when we are living in this material world, in our behavior, we should be like a Madhyam Adhikari. It is most pleasing. Where we love Krishna, we have genuine friendship with all the categories of devotees. We help others who are innocent and ignorant. And those who are envious and blasphemous, we don't interact with them on a spiritual level, because it will just agitate them more and more. So after explaining this wonderful principles, these wonderful principles of how a Vaishnava behaves with different types of people, whether they are Vaishnava, whether they are Vaishnava Dveshi, how to deal with them. After explaining all this, Shri Haridas Babaji Maharaj fell silent. Shri Nityananda Das Babaji of Badagachi now spoke with palms folded. May I ask a further question? Hare Krishna. Because pehle date the, when he asked a question again about Uttam Adhikari beech mein, he was chastised. So now with folded hands, he's asking. Instead of just blurting out a question at once, Shiksha Guru, folding his hands and is asking, may I ask a further question, please? And Shri Haridas Babaji Maharaj replied, you may do so without hesitation. Please go ahead. The young Shri Nityananda Das Babaji, a very young boy, he inquired, respected Shri Haridas Babaji Maharaj, into which category of Vaishnava would one place me? Hare Krishna. Am I Kanishtha or Madhyam? I am certainly not an Uttam Vaishnava. Who am I? Shri Haridas Babaji Maharaj smiled and said, is anyone who has received the name Nityananda Das prevented from becoming an Uttam Vaishnava? My beloved Shri Nitai, Vasudha Janava Pati, Padmavati Nandan, Shri Nityananda Prabhu is extremely merciful. Extremely merciful. Prema Matta Nityananda Kiba Avatar, Uttama Adhama Kichu Na Kare Vichar. Prema Matta Nityananda. Ha ha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhi Kripa Balokana Koro Ami Bodo Dukhi. Extremely merciful. Premananda. Aha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhi. He's overflowing with prem. He's very merciful and he wants to give prem. He's unlimited prem. ऐसा नहीं कि नित्यानंद प्रभु की तिजोरी खाली हो जाएगी, कभी नहीं. He's Premananda Sagar, Shri Nityananda Prabhu, and he wants to give. He offers prem even after being beaten, मार खे प्रेम दे दयाल तो नहीं है. मार खाके प्रेम देते हैं. Offers prem even after being beaten. Shri Haridas Babaji Maharaj is saying, if one utters his name Nitai and becomes his servant, everything can be achieved easily. Parama Karuna Pahudui Jana Nitai Gaura Chandra Saba Avatar Sara Shiromani Kevala Ananda Kanda. If one utters his name, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Nityananda, Shri Nityananda Prabhu, and becomes Nitai Das, everything can be achieved easily. Shri Nityananda Das Babaji said, with utmost humility, I beg to know my present level. Dekho, Nityananda Baba asked a sincere question. Who am I? What is my level? Am I Kanishta or am I Madhyam? I am certainly not Uttam. तो श्री हरिदास बाबा जी महाराज स्माइल किए, थोड़ा परिहास किए. He joked a little. Your name is Nityananda Das. How you can be prevented from becoming Uttam Vaishnava? ऐसा. Nityananda Das Baba ji, he accepted the joke, and but he said, Gurudev, with utmost humility, I'm begging you. I want to know what is my present level. Shri Haridas Babaji Maharaj said, then you must reveal everything about yourself. Tell me what you do, what your background is, how your bhajan is. Then I can analyze and tell you whether you are Kanishta, Madhyam, Uttam. If Shri Nityananda Prabhu prompts me, then I may say something of relevance. Hare Krishna. So do you want to know about Nityananda? Hare Krishna. Shri Nityananda Das started saying, I was born into a low-class family in a village on the bank of river Padmavati. I married young and never left the righteous path. However, after my wife's early death, I developed detachment from family life. In those days, so many diseases were there and life expectancy was little short. Even Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, he was married young, and when his wife died, he decided that I will just become a Babaji. Vairagya aa gaya. So Nityananda Das, he's a young boy, young man, but he says, I got married very young. That those days, they would get married in the early teens. And wife died early. Then I developed detachment. In Badagachi, I met some renounced Vaishnavas who had left household life, some Babajis. I saw they were well respected by others. Desiring such respect, I swayed by the passing mood of renunciation caused by my wife's death. You see a near dear one dies, it has a profound effect on you. I ended up taking Bheka initiation from these Vaishnavas in Badagachi. He took the Bhesh, Babaji Bhesh, from these Babaji Vaishnavas because he had some Vairagya from the death of his wife. And he saw these Babajis, oh, they had so much respect. Everybody would offer Dandavat Pranam to them, take Charan Dhuli. Even I want to become like that. I also want nice respect. My Guru Maharaj, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj was saying that sometimes people think that becoming sannyasi is very good. You get a lot of respect. Wherever you go, people shower flowers on your head. You're walking on the street and people are showering flowers on you. Very nice. Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj says, you are only seeing one aspect of the coin. You are not seeing the other side of the coin. People offer flowers on the head, and then when you go to their house, they beat you with a shoe on the head also. How? By downloading all their problems on you. By touching your feet, giving you all their karma. By making you eat food that they have cooked and their food has been earned by all sorts of unethical ways. And they download all this contamination on you. And then they will offer you a flower garland and chandan. But then they will beat you with the... My Guru Maharaj said like that. And you have to go and absorb all that karma from them. Try to solve their problems. So very difficult life. So Nityananda Das, he saw the respect. Oh, these Babajis, sannyasis get a lot of respect. I also want like that. It will be nice. So he took Diksha from them. A short time later, my mind was attacked by immoral thoughts and became very difficult to control. My dear friends, if you remember, few sessions ago, we were discussing the meaning of bhesh. When to take the bhesh of a vairagi. When to take the renounced order of life. When in Grahastha Ashram, when one has completely given up thoughts of sex, completely given up thoughts of sense gratification, then one should take the bhesh of a vairagi, renounced order of life. But this Nityananda Baba, he took it prematurely. He was not doing so much bhajan sadhana. And just because of the death of his wife, he had no children, only one wife is dead. He became all alone. He developed दुनिया बनाने वाले, क्या तेरे मन में समाई, काहे को दुनिया बनाए type of feelings. And he met these Babajis. They looked very nice, ecstatic, happy, and everybody was offering respects to them. He thought this is a good thing to do. Anyway, what I will do now? Grahastha Ashram is incomplete without a Grihini. So let me just become Babaji. So he became Babaji prematurely, without having the necessary purity. Short time later, his mind was attacked by immoral. Because that thoughts of Vairagya when the wife has died, it lasts for some time, few days, few weeks, few months, then that will go away. And then you will come in your previous state of mind. And then immoral thoughts started coming. Fortunately for me, I happened upon the good association of a true Vaishnava. Presently, he is in Vraj. He gave me sound advice and kept me by his side. In this way, he gradually purified my consciousness. Dekho. This is the greatness of a Madhyamadikari. He has Maitri with the devotees. And Maitri means when you are spiritually down, I will help you. When I am spiritually down, you give me a helping hand. This is called spiritual friendship. So fortunately, Nityananda Das Babaji had a friend who was fixed up in his bhajan, fixed up in his Krishna consciousness. He saw that a friend dagmaga rahe hai, he has become shaky, so he helped him, kept him in his company, and gradually purified his consciousness. Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra kahe, Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi hai. And the testimony is that this Vaishnava friend now, Radharani accepted him in Vrindavan. He is living in Vraj now. Now, I am not troubled by any mundane desires. Now, see, listen carefully. Nityananda Das Babaji is telling his state of mind now. What is his consciousness? I am not troubled by any mundane desires. Means I am not troubled by the desire for dhanam, janam, sundari. No. I don't have any mundane desires and have developed a taste for chanting Harinam. Nam Ruchi. What is the proof? Nam Ruchi. Daily I chant 64 rounds, 100,000 rounds every day on my Tulsi Mala. I have realized that Nam, Dham, the Nami, Supreme Lord, they are transcendental and non-different. Chidanandamayam Shuddham, Hare Nameva Kevalam. This realization has come. Abhinatva Nama Namino, realization has come. I can understand it. Krishna Nama, non-different. I observe Ekadashi vow strictly according to scripture, means Nirjala Ekadashi. Every Ekadashi Nirjala, every day 64 rounds, and I daily offer ghee lamp and water to the sacred Tulsi plant. I do Tulsi Arti and I offer Jaldan. I do offer Jal to Tulsi Devi every day. And I have developed taste for chanting. And I don't get mundane thoughts. I am not doing mundane activities. Nahi, thoughts bhi nahi aate. पहले विचार, फिर चिंतन, फिर क्रिया. First thought comes, then we contemplate, plan, and then we execute. We perform the sinful activity. Not that he's not just doing sinful activity. He is not even contemplating. Forget contemplating. Even wicked, evil, sinful thoughts are also not coming now. Heart has become so pure. I am not troubled by mundane desires. That is the situation of Nityananda Das. Let me ask all of you, what is his adhikar? What do you think? Devoti Mataji? I am putting you on the spot. Sorry.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji,
1 लाख करते
मेरे
रोज, 4 नियमों का पालन
उत्तम
करते हैं, तुलसी पूजा करते
उत्तम
हैं. हाँ,
उत्तम अधिकारी प्रभु.
श्यामा किशोरी माता जी.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I was thinking Madhyam.
मध्यम. चिरायु प्रभु.
उत्तम अधिकारी प्रभु.
मृदुला माता जी. Oh, Mataji doesn't want to say. She's saying everybody is Uttam. Okay.
Madhyam, I guess. Madhyam.
Madhyam. वंशीवर्धन प्रभु.
मध्यम अधिकारी प्रभु.
मध्यम अधिकारी. अभी देखो, all of you. Let's see. It's very instructive. So this is the situation. He is not troubled by any mundane desires. He has not developed taste. He has developed taste for Harinam. He is chanting 1 lakh regularly on his Tulsi Mala, and he has realized that Nam Nami are abhinna. And he's observing Nirjala Ekadashi every Ekadashi, and he's doing Tulsi Puja. Some more symptoms are described. When the Vaishnavas sing in Kirtan, I participate gladly, and my heart stirs with spiritual exaltation. I drink the Charanamrit of the Vaishnavas with relish. घृणा नहीं, अरे तो गंदे पैर है इसके, पहले पैर धो लो फिर मैं चरणामृत बना के पीऊंगा, ऐसा नहीं. With relish he is drinking Charanamrit and daily study of devotional scriptures. Yeah, 2 minutes. And daily study of devotional scriptures such as Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur and Sri Chaitanya Charitamrit by Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. My dear friends, this Sri Nityananda Das Babaji is every day chanting 1 lakh. He's staying in the Dham. He's in Navadvip Dham. He is participating in Harinam Sankirtan with Vaishnavas, and he goes in ecstasy, spiritual exaltation in Kirtans. He drinks the Charanamrit of the devotees with relish. And every day he's studying Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrit. I have lost interest in eating tasty food. अभी ऐसा नहीं कि देवती माता जी थोड़ा वो ढोकला बनाओ, ऐसा नहीं, या दही बड़ा बनाओ, उसमें थोड़ा अच्छा चटपटा नहीं. He has no desire to eat anything tasty. रोज रूखी सूखी रोटी दे दो, he is happy. I have lost interest in eating elaborately. I have lost interest in putting on fine clothes. He's only wearing kopin, only wrapping a markin, and only having a chadar. Bas, same white cloth. कोई धोती नहीं, कोई कुर्ता नहीं, कोई चूड़ीदार नहीं, कोई nothing fancy. He has no desire to wear fine clothes. No Gangotri, only Jamnotri. Upon hearing mundane prattle, I feel ill at ease and disinterested. If someone does some mundane talk, it is completely, I'm disinterested and I become uncomfortable. किधर फंस गया मैं? नहीं. I only want Krishna Katha. When I see the bhav of pure Vaishnavas, I desire to roll upon the ground at their feet. But I must admit that I do it mostly for winning their acclaim and their attention. कि थोड़ा मुझे notice करे. Kindly now tell me, to which level do I presently belong, and according to what? Accordingly, what are my duties? Hare Krishna. With a smile, Shri Haridas Babaji Maharaj looked in the direction of another Paramhamsa, Shri Vaishnadas Babaji Maharaj, and said, let us hear from you. To which level does Nityananda Das belong? Shri Vaishnadas Babaji Maharaj of Godurum Dweep, disciple of Shri Premdas Paramhamsa Babaji Maharaj, replied, From what we have just heard, I would say he has progressed from the Kanishta. He has progressed from the Kanishta Adhikari neophyte stage. He has just progressed, just progressed to the Madhyam Adhikari intermediate stage. Matlab, he is a Kanishta Madhyam. He is just becoming a Madhyam. Abhi tak Kanishta the. Abhi jaisa he is becoming a Madhyam. Shri Haridas Babaji Maharaj said, I agree with that opinion. That he has just progressed now from Kanishta to Kanishta Madhyam. Shri Nityananda Babaji Maharaj said, wonderful! Now I know my level of spiritual progress directly from the lips of Vaishnava Mahatmas, great souls. Kindly shower your grace upon me so that I may progress and I may gradually be promoted ultimately to the stage of Uttam Adhikari. Kandiya kandiya bole ami to adham shikhao sharanagati koro he uttam. Ultimately, we want to become Uttam Adhikari, but only by the Kripa. Abhi suno, Shri Vaishnava Babaji Maharaj continued his assessment. Abhi Shri Haridas Babaji Maharaj is not speaking. Now he has handed over to Shri Vaishnava Babaji Maharaj. This is also Vaishnava Sadachar. Not that we just keep speaking. We should give others also chance to speak. At the time of your, now Shri Vaishnava Babaji Maharaj is analyzing. At the time of your formal initiation, when you got the Vairagi Bhesh, you were motivated by Pratishtha. You were motivated by Pratishtha, that you will get respect by becoming a Babaji. Mundane desire for position, fame and adoration. Though you were not eligible for the Bhesh, you still accepted the position of a Babaji. And that was an offense. And so you were becoming degraded. Why you were becoming degraded? Why sinful thoughts were coming? Because you had committed an offense by accepting initiation into a position where you were not qualified. But fortunately, oh Bhagya, fortunately, however, you received the Kripa of a pure Vaishnava, jo abhi Vrindavan mein hai. You got a good friend, well-situated friend, pure Vaishnava, who pulled you out of that complicated situation. Shri Nityananda Das Babaji Maharaj, our young Nityananda Das, said, even now, slight residues of desire for Pratishtha remain in my heart. Babaji, I still have those desires for Pratishtha. Traces of them, residue. I think that by shedding tears and exhibiting bhav, I can impress others and receive respect and honor from them. I think like that. If I cry in front of devotees in Kirtan, they will respect me, they will be impressed. If I exhibit some bhav, they will respect me, they will honor me. Still, I feel like that sometimes. Not so much, but slightly I feel. Slight traces are there. Shri Haridas Babaji Maharaj, who is more than 100 years old, experienced pure Vaishnava, says, try diligently to rid yourself of this, my child. Try very hard to rid yourself of this. Otherwise, you run the big risk of gradually constricting your devotion. If that were to happen, you would be demoted back to the level of Kanishta, Punar Mushiko Bhava. Even though a Vaishnava may resolutely drive away lust, anger, greed, etc., the desire for Pratishtha does not leave easily and is too late. We can become completely brahmachari. We can become angerless. We can become completely non-greedy. But the subtle desire for appreciation, glorification, respect, Pratishtha, that is the last to go. It is very subtle sense gratification. Especially beneficial for the sadhak Vaishnava is that he categorically rejects Chaya Bhav Abhas, the shaming of spiritual emotions. Chaya Bhav Abhas. There is Vaishnava Abhas, there is Nama Abhas, and there is Bhav Abhas. It's not real Bhav, but you are making a show of it. It's a Chaya, reflection of the real Bhav, Bhav Abhas. Immediately give it up. Give it up, give it up. The showing of the spiritual emotions, give it up artificially. Don't do artificial display of bhav. And sincerely endeavors for even a drop of real bhav at the heights of his devotional feelings. What is beneficial? That you strictly endeavor for a drop of real bhav. I don't want this dikhawa. I don't want this pretense. I don't want this show bottle bhakti. I want real bhakti. I want genuine bhakti. If you endeavor like that, that will be helpful. Shri Nityananda Das fell at the feet of Shri Haridas Babaji and begged for his Vaishnava Kripa. Oh, he Vaishnava Thakur, Dayara Sagar, Edase Karuna Kuru. He begged for the Vaishnava Kripa, the grace of Shri Haridas Babaji Maharaj, begging at his feet. Shri Haridas Babaji Maharaj reacted out of humility, lifting up Shri Nityananda and embracing him. The result of being touched by a great Vaishnava is astounding. Incessant tears cascaded down from the eyes of Shri Nityananda Das Babaji. Awed by his own reaction, Shri Nityananda Das Babaji was overcome with deep humility and continuously murmured, I am so low, I am so wretched, I am a fallen soul. In genuine humility. Shri Haridas Babaji again embraced him as tears streaked down his own quivering cheeks. What glorious spiritual sentiments! Shri Nityananda Das Babaji felt the fulfillment of his life just by the embrace of Shri Haridas Babaji Maharaj, a pure devotee. This is actually happens. One devotee was telling me he was at Radha Kund and he saw Shri Jamuna Jivan Prabhu, very great devotee in Vrindavan. And he was coming for Radha Kund Snan and he offered obeisances and Jamuna Jivan Prabhu just embraced him. This devotee was telling me, I don't know what happened to me. I started crying so loudly right there in the embrace. Tears were uncontrollably coming from my eyes. I started quivering and I have never experienced this type of emotion. I was just crying and feeling so grateful that such a great Radha Kundwasi Vaishnava had embraced me. Jamuna Prabhu, Prabhupada disciple, lives in Vrindavan. So like that. So this actually happens. One devotee who actually experienced told me this. So this is very important lesson we got today from Shri Jaiva Dharma of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur Mahashaya is enlightening our hearts. So this is how we have to progress. I hope all of you are getting great inspiration and good direction where we want to go, how we want to do bhajan. So thank you very much. I will stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We will take only one question. Shama Kishori Mataji. Yes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shama Kishori Mataji.
Can you hear me, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji. I can hear you.
Yes. Thank you very much for the wonderful class, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, in the beginning of the class, you mentioned that for a Dveshi Jana, we should not touch their feet because we get their karmas. And later on you said, with His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, that when people touch their feet, Radhanath Maharaj would get their karmas. So which way is it right?
If one is Uttam Adhikari, then one can do like that. But if we are not, we should not. Maharaj,
No, what I mean is, when you touch, so if it's an elderly relative who may be envious and you touch their feet, are we going to get their karmas? Is that what you
absolutely,
said?
because you are associating with the dust of their feet. Why?
Oh.
You will get their bhav, kubhav. Offer from a distance. You can offer obeisances, but from a distance. Don't touch, don't take their dust. How we can take dust? They are not even devotees. You will get their bhav. You will get their emotions. You will get their contamination. Don't do that. They are elders and we respect. Just offer pranam from the distance. You can touch the ground from a distance. Namaskar. Yes. Hare Krishna. Don't go and touch their feet. That you do only to Guru Maharaj. Guru Ma. Okay. Is that okay, Mataji? Okay. All right. Vishwanath Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Good to see you.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we'll stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur Mahashaya ki jai. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavad pranam. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.